ಮಂದಾಕಿನಿ ಸಲಿಲ ಚಂದನ ಚರ್ಚಿತಾಯ ನಂದೀಶ್ವರ ಪ್ರಮಥನಾಥ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಾಯ ಮಂದಾರ ಪುಷ್ಪ ಬಹುಪುಷ್ಪ ಸುಪೂಜಿತಾಯ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಮಕಾರಾಯ ನಮಃ ಶಿವಾಯ. The first Samhita of the Shiva Purana is the Vidyeshwara compendium. The Vidyeshwara Samhita is divided into 24 chapters, and the content of these chapters will be provided in the form of a gist of important inclusions of the Samhita. Enquiries of the sages. Once upon a time, the sages were performing a yajna at Prayakshetra. Sage Suta too arrived there. The sages inquired Suta Muni as to know the methods to prevent the deterioration in the human values in the present era of Kali. Sage Suta says that Shiva Mahapurana contains the essence of Vedantic philosophy, which gives worldly pleasures as well as salvation. Mere remembrance of it destroys all the sins of a man. One who studies the Rudra Samhita gets his sins destroyed instantaneously. One's aspirations are fulfilled if he studies Rudra Samhita silently in the front of Bhairava idol. A man gets liberated from the sin of killing if he studies Rudra Samhita while circumambulating around a banyan tree. Kailasha Samhita is even superior as it elaborates upon the meaning of Omkar. Shiva Mahapuran is created by Lord Shiva himself. Initially it contained 1,00,000 shlokas, but it was reduced to 24,000 shlokas by sage Vyasa. The study of Shiva Purana helps a man to attain Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. Sage Suta further says in the Shvetavaraha Kalpa, 6 prominent sages collected near Triveni and started debating about the greatness among Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Finally, they went to Brahma to seek an answer. Brahma clarified to them that the source of Vishnu, Rudra, himself and all the other creations is Mahadev. Shravan, Kirtan and Manan. Listening to the qualities of Lord Shiva, singing devotional songs in his praise and contemplating on him are the greatest means to unite with Shiva. Purification of the mind by the help of doing worship and chanting the name of God is called contemplation. Singing devotional songs in the form of stotra, hymns of the Vedas, or in one's own language is called kirtan. The above mentioned 3 activities are the supreme means to attain liberation. Greatness of Shivalinga. If a person worships Shivalinga, he can attain liberation from all the bondages of the world. Shivalinga is worshipped since it symbolizes the form of Shiva. He is considered to be Nishkal, Sagun or God with a form, and Nirgun, that is without any qualities. In the first Kalpa of Shvetavaraha, a battle was fought between Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu to prove their superiority. Lord Shiva showed them his form of Shivalinga and it became famous. Analastambh or pillar of fire. Nandikeshwara narrates the tale of the battle between Lord Brahma and Vishnu. Once Lord Brahma visited Lord Vishnu, but he was not received by him formally. This made Brahma angry. Very soon there was a verbal duel between them which led to a severe battle. All the deities arrived but were not able to do anything. So they went to Lord Shiva. As Lord Shiva reached there, they were about to use their deadly weapons called Maheshwar and Pashupat. Fearing destruction, Lord Shiva manifested himself in the form of a pillar of fire. The deadly weapons fell into it and got destroyed. Then Vishnu transformed himself into a boar and went to the Patal Lok to find the base of that pillar of fire. But he was unsuccessful in his attempt and came back. Similarly, Brahma transformed himself into a swan and flew up in the sky to find its limit. On the way, he met a Ketaki flower. He sought the help of the flower to give a false witness before Lord Vishnu that Brahma had been able to see the limit of that pillar of fire. The flower did the same and Vishnu had to accept the superiority of Brahma. Lord Shiva became angry at Brahma but was pleased with Vishnu and accorded him the same status as that of his own. Lord Shiva opened his third eye and manifested Bhairav. Bhairav severed the 5th head of Brahma as a punishment. Lord Shiva then stopped Bhairav and cursed Brahma that he would not be worshipped by anybody and that he would possess only 4 heads. After begging forgiveness, Brahma was given the boon of being the presiding deity of all the yajna. The Ketaki flower too tendered his apology, and Lord Shiva blessed it and said that it would be fortunate to be offered to Lord Vishnu during the worship. This was the first time Brahma and Vishnu had worshipped Lord Shiva. Shiva was very pleased. Shivaratri has been continued to be celebrated since that day. This particular day is considered to be the most auspicious day for the worship of Lord Shiva. A devotee who fasts on Shivaratri, remaining only on fruits, attain virtues equivalent to the worship done for the whole year. The idol of Shiva is consecrated on this day. Lord Shiva himself had manifested in the form of a pillar of fire in the month of Agahan and during the constellation of Ardra. One who worships Lord Shiva in the form of Linga on this day of Shivaratri would be dearer to him. The place where Lord Shiva manifested in the form of pillar of fire became famous as Lingastan or Arunachal. Lord Shiva brought back to life all the people who had died. Thus ends the significance of the pillar of fire. The Vidyeshwara Samhitha will be continued in the next video. Om Namah Shivaya.